Okay. All right, great. This evening we're going to look at your membership because I want you to really understand what all the benefits are that you get from your membership. But in addition to that, there will be things that you'll just know that you already knew. We'll reiterate those. And there'll be things that you'll have an aha moment on. So let's just jump right in. This first page is just kind of the basics of what your account is. You've got your member ID number there and your password, but it also talks about the 2 ways to order products. Okay, you can place an order in a couple of different ways. You can do it by placing a standard order or a loyalty reward order. Now, the standard order is not repetitive. It's a single order. You're just going to place it and it'll come. There's nothing that's going to come again the next month. And it does get the 25% wholesale discount. So that's the same. And it's a great way to order something for people who aren't interested in the extra savings or in any of the extra benefits of the reward program. However, when you look at the loyalty reward program, there are several things that really set it apart. So not only do you get the 25% off of the retail price, and that in itself is a huge savings, but the reward program lets you start at 10% additional, and over the course of that first year, you're going to work your way all the way up to a 30% additional discount. It's going to come to you in the form of points or product credits, and you can use those to buy more to buy more products. Now, many of the products that you earn points on will be $1 for $1. If you spend $10 on a lemon oil, you're going to have 10% of that $10 come back to you in points in those first 3 months. But if you look down here in the middle, you'll see that it progresses. Months 1 through 3 are 10%, up to 15 for the next 3 months, all the way up to starting that second year out at 30%, which is where you cap out. Now, under those benefits, you'll see another item. It says additional discounts on popular consumable products. One of the things that's talking about is because there are several products and sets of products that they have that are only available to the Loyalty Reward Program members. So if you're not participating in LRP, you don't get that additional savings. And they're really pretty good. I've done the math on them, and some of them are saving just a few dollars, and some of them up to as much as over $25 and almost $30 savings. So it's a significant savings on just being able to access those product sets. You'll find a lot of them with personal care, has a couple with our facial line. There's some hair products. And there's some other kits that are only available with the Loyalty Reward program. Now, in addition to that, you have the free product of the month. Okay, so this is one of my favorite things. I love the free product of the month. And you have 2 aspects that qualify you. You have to place that order between the 1st and the 15th. So you need to make sure that your date that it's going to ship falls between those 2 dates, the 1st and the 15th. And you have to hit 125 PV, product volume. So it's real easy because whenever you're adding your cart up, you have a number. It's in green that shows you just exactly what your product volume is. And when you're in your shopping cart, you're just going to keep an eye on that green number. And then the black number tells you what your total is. That'll make more sense when you're putting some items in your cart and you're looking at saying the difference between an item that has full dollar for dollar product volume versus some of the items that may be slightly less than what their cost is. And we'll talk about that. But a good example is the diffuser. So a diffuser doesn't even have an oil in it, but they do give you 20 product volume on it, even though it costs $47 on the dollar amount. So now, another thing to notice in your loyalty reward orders is that you get it back 100% of your shipping costs. That happens when you place your order online by yourself. If you do call in and ask for them to place the order for you, you'll still get 50% back, which is great. But if you want that 100% back in your shipping, you make sure you place your order online through your own account. So It doesn't matter if you're ordering using the cheapest shipping, which is what I usually do. I use the $7 SurePost shipping. Or if you're using the overnight, 100% of what you spend on shipping is going to come back to you in product credits. And of course, one of the best things that a lot of us are enjoying with the LRP is that you have the ability to receive income. So the paychecks that come when you share oils based on those commissions and bonuses, as you share oils and you allow other people to enroll through you, you actually earn paychecks from doTERRA. So it's wonderful. And you can only receive those if you're participating in the loyalty reward program. As you see in the middle of this one, it goes all the way up to the 30%. And then this bottom little chart just kind of gives you a little overview. If you're going to increase your points and increase your percent, you're going to have to hit that 50 PV or product volume or higher. Earning commissions is at 100 to be eligible to receive those paychecks. The free product of the month, that's the 1st through the 15th, is 125. And if you notice that first one, maintain your reward points. As long as you are putting in an order for at least one small item, they have several things that are kind of a less than $10 item, and you're between that 1 and 50 PV, you won't lose anything, you won't lose any points, and you won't lose your place. Because if you cancel your order and say you're at the 20%, and then the next month you start back, you're going to start back at 10. So you want to be sure that if you're intending to cancel an order, that you know you'll start over on your percent, and you know that you're going to use up whatever points you've accumulated before you do cancel your order. And we'll talk about how to cancel it if you felt the need to in just a moment. Do you have any questions of what we've covered so far?
I didn't know that if you missed a month, it would go back to the 10%, so that's good to know.
Well, and it's not missing it. Like if you need to drop down and kind of put it on pause, take a hold, on the account, just place like that. My favorite is the peppermint lip balm. I love it. And it's like a $6, it gets you 450 PV. I think it's a $5 item. And it lets you just kind of put it on hold, have a breather. You're not going to lose points, and you're not going to lose your place in your discount growth. But you won't earn anything that month, and you won't grow that month, but you just put it on hold.
Okay.
If you do cancel all the way out, you'll want to spend all your points, and you'll know that you'll start back at 10%.
Good to know. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. One of the frequently asked questions we'll see on this next slide is, what are the LRP points? So every time you make a purchase, you're going to get a percent of that purchase. And so let's just use a nice round number. And you say you have a 100 PV order, and you've ordered a variety of things. Maybe you've ordered some essential oils, some supplements, maybe some personal care items. I am so in love with the conditioner and the root to tip serum right now. I cannot even tell you how much I'm loving that. But so you've gotten a variety of things, and you're going to get the percent that you're at. So if it's 100 PV and you're at 10%, that means 10 points plus 100% of whatever shipping you option you earn. So I choose the $7 shipping. So 17 points is going to go into your account based on a 100 PV order. Okay. And as it grows, of course, that amount increases of what you save. And then you use those points to buy products. So the next question is, how do you redeem them? When you're in your shopping cart and you're in the back looking at what you want, you'll see that there's actually two options. And those options are drop-down columns. One is about the quantity. Suppose you want 2 lemon oils, essential oils. But the other one is about, do you want to pay for this with points? And it shows you a quantity also. But what it relates to, a lot of people don't understand, is it is telling you what quantity of items, not how many points. So if you're buying 2 lemon oils, it'll give you the choice. Do you want to pay for one of those with your points, or do you want to pay for both of those with your points? And that drop down will be a 1 or a 2. It'll automatically apply the right number of points. You don't have to tell it how many. So then you just choose that, and as you shift it around and choose which items in your cart you're going to buy with points and which items you're going to buy with money, your cart will look a little differently, and you'll have them separated, and it'll be real distinct. You'll know for sure that you're paying with points, and it gives you good indicators to know that this is what you want to do, and not that you'll ever do it by accident. You don't have to worry about that happening. That's important because when you pay with points, you have a $3 point redemption fee. So I use points in increments of 100. For every $100 that you redeem points, you're going to spend $3 on a fee. So I pinch enough pennies, so that I am not going to 101. If I'm going to 101, I'm going all the way up to 200. So if I don't have 200 points to spend, I'll stick to my 100. And I'll wait on an order until I have 100 points. I won't, spend it less than that because I don't want to spend those $3 fees that often. Now, how do you actually cancel a reward order? It's actually very easy, but they put the system in place as a safeguard because people were doing it by accident. So you do have to actually call, or you can jump on live chat and you can do that there with them, or you can even email them. But they want that confirmation because in the beginning, there were some people that were trying to just clear out their shopping cart, and they weren't trying to cancel their LRP. So then they would, it was a hassle, and doTERRA didn't, leave them stranded, but they had to get things put back in order. Otherwise, they were starting over, and they lost their points that they'd accumulated. So in order to just make sure that doesn't happen, they do make you, actually communicate that what you want to do is to cancel it. But they're very good. If you ever needed to cancel and leave the reward program for whatever that reason may be, they're not going to be ugly and try to pressure you into anything. They're really wonderful. Now, can you have more than one LRP order? Yes, you can. And some people may be like, well, why would I even want to do that? Well, there's a variety of situations where having another LRP order can benefit you. One is if you're going to drop ship something to someone, you can actually then use a second LRP order and send it to someone else, and you get your points off of that LRP order. You get your shipping back to you because it's an LRP order. Now, after you drop ship that item, you'd want to go in and cancel that one. As long as you always have one going, you're not going to be dropped out of the program. If you have multiple LRP orders open and you cancel any of those without canceling that very original last one, you're still fine. I also use a multiple LRP on the months when I am going to promote from one discount percent to the next one. So on a month like when you're going to go, say, from 10 to 20 or 20 to 25, it doesn't matter what it's from and to. The first order you place that month is going to be at your original percent. So as soon as that original percent order goes through, you'll look on your dashboard and see that your percent just goes up to the next one. It's the month that you're going to promote. So I place my first order for 125, as close to it as I can get, so I know I'm going to qualify for my commission. That has to be a single order. You don't have 100 PV accumulative over the course of several orders. So I want my commission to be qualified for at 100, and I want my product of the month. So I'm going to hit 125 on that first order. But anything else that I want on a month that I'm promoting up to another discount level, I'm going to put in a second LRP because my percent just went up and everything else I order will be at the higher percent. And I'll still get all of my shipping back. So I use it on the months that I'm going to promote as a way to just, get every little bit that's coming to me. So that's the reason. And there are some other reasons you'll come across where you'll be like, oh, well, this would be a good time to do a second LRP order. Maybe you're just placing a second order that month and you weren't expecting to. So go ahead and set it up as a second LRP and make sure you get all your shipping back. So how do you get 100% of your shipping? I know we mentioned it earlier, but if you place it online, it'll 100% will come to you. If you're ordering a standard order, or if you're ordering and you call that order in and let them assist you, you'll only get 50% of your shipping. How's that so far?
Good. I did not know that you could do more than one LRP a month. I thought it was only like once a month you could do an LRP order.
And see, once a month for sure, you're going to have one come. And of course,
Yeah.
we love how it's all customizable. I mean, you can change, of course, as you know, anything about your order, the contents, the date it ships, the way that you pay for it, where it ships. When I was in Louisiana in September, I just had my order shipped there because I wanted my stuff. I didn't want to wait until I got home. So that's the beauty of it. But by having multiple orders in a month, you can really accommodate exactly what your goals are. Now, when we look at our personalized wellness plan, and we're going to go through these different sections in the future slides that are coming up, but we'll see that we're going to talk about eating right, exercising, resting, and getting the right ways to manage our stress, reducing our toxic load, informed self-care, which is so important, and proactive medical care, which to me, those two aspects of healthcare are two things that so many people feel, they do not feel empowered to do that. They feel like they're at the mercy of the healthcare system. And that's a little bit true, but we're going to talk about what we can do. So let's go ahead and dive in to this next one, which is finding out what your goals are. For starters, we have to decide what exactly is my goal, or maybe it's not mine personally, but it's someone in my family or someone that I care about. So we're going to choose our top 3 health goals and we'll write them down. And of course, you can print this out if you wanted to write this down and say, well, these are my top health goals. So now what are the products that I need to use? And then I love this other part for the daily use section that tells you, makes it real clear and plain. I need to do this in the morning and this in the afternoon and this in the evening. I think there's an overnight section that's missing because I also diffuse overnight. And so overnight you can be breathing in essential oils that support your goals. So it's a good thing to do. Do you have any health goals you want to talk about right now?
Not at the moment. We can skip that.
Okay, we'll go through it. I appreciate you doing this one with me for training, but we'll go through it on a personal level.
Yeah.
When we're done with the video. All right, but this is a great way to get a good start, and you can print that out and use that as a guide whenever we're sitting down together.
Okay.
Now, the next one, the daily nutrition protocol. We talk about eating right. Now, these are supplements that are going to complement whatever you're eating. So anytime you can choose, the healthy, locally grown food, eating clean as much as possible. And I didn't really understand that term, in the beginning of it kind of being used a lot. Eating clean, what does that mean? But in reality, it's very simple because it's just eating the real foods. I've heard the phrase, just eat real food. And to me, that is just so light bulb, of course, just eat real food. If it's not, if it has an ingredient list, because real food is the ingredients, real food means that we are actually putting in things that don't have chemicals and additives and a long list of ingredients that we can't even pronounce. So we want to just be conscientious of that. Now, we do the best we can with what we have to choose from. And I know where I am is pretty close to you, that we've got some local produce stands, so we can choose some of our vegetables and our fruit and different things, even some local honey and things that are great to choose from nearby farmers. They've left their produce on the vine long enough, and that pulled it too soon. And it's oftentimes some of the people around here with the produce guy that I like right there at the corner on 21 in Ebenezer.
Yep.
You like him too. I love him. And, he does a good job of trying to find local farmers that are good with organic, practices. So a lot of it's not labeled organic, but they follow the practices. They just don't pay the extra for that label to say that they're organic. But we do the best we can with the food choices we have, and then we know we've got to supplement that. So our Lifelong Vitality Pack is the core of all of our supplements. And doTERRA has really set the standard with our supplements. I say it a lot, and I'll say it as much as I can. They have the health and nutrition industry spinning on its ear. They have the technology is advanced. The portions and the ingredients that make up our supplements are the top quality. You are reaching for a standard of excellence that others are scrambling to try to catch up to. And I do take all of these supplements, actually. I do the LLV, my enzymes, and lemon in my water. I actually have a glass of lemon water that I have in the mornings. I have it in the middle of the day when I take my supplements. And I'll drink it at night too. It's so good for your digestion and your metabolism. I have DDR Prime. I don't do the soft gels. I tend to use the blend, and I add it to capsules and kind of mix it with other things. But I use about half of what's recommended on this particular protocol. And I'll tell you, some people need more and they need to go up to what is recommended. But there are plenty of people that maybe we are getting some better quality produce, and maybe, so you listen to your body. And when you're happy with the level that you're at, that's great. You know, you don't have to spend more than what you need. But whenever you're not really getting the results maybe that you want, or you feel like you could feel better, go ahead and bump it up a little bit and go up closer to what their recommendation is. Listen to your body. On the diet and exercise protocol, I love this because they put them together with the Slim and Sassy, which is our metabolic blend. But I'll tell you, there's a lot more health benefits besides just weight loss to the Slim and Sassy. I have several people are getting better reports back from their blood work, you know, from their doctor's appointments, and their labs are looking better, and their blood sugar is looking better, and, you know, issues that they are facing. And this is the only change they've added is adding in their Slim and Sassy. So they know that's really kind of what it attributes to. Some people are getting rid of coffee. I'm right now in a real bad place because I'm cutting out dairy, and coffee without creamer, it's like, really? So I might have to look into Mito 2 Max, but right now I'm using a non-dairy. I'm using an almond creamer, almond milk, but it's thicker and made for a creamer. And I like it. It's good, but it's not the same, but it's good. So I don't know. Anyway, so the shakes are wonderful. You can use it as a meal alternative. You can boost your metabolism and, of course, your digestive system and so many other aspects with the Slim and Sassy. They have it as a soft gel as well. I got used to the taste, and I put 4 drops under my tongue, but I see it, and some people have not gotten used to that. Of course, you can put them in a capsule if you're blending with other things, but maybe the soft gel is the better.
That's what I have.
Do you like them? Is there any taste with the soft gel?
There's no taste of them, but with me, I've tried taking them before I eat, during eating, and after eating, and no matter what, I always burp it up later, and there is an aftertaste. Yeah. And it kind of catches you off guard, but other than that, it's not terrible.
Right.
But
but you got to work on that one, huh?
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, for someone like me, I love it. I think it's good. I add it to my water and drink it because I really enjoy it. And I keep some with me in my purse. I can put under my tongue if I don't have any water, if that's in glass, you know. But I do really enjoy it. And then, of course, the
palate.
Say that again.
I said I have a sensitive palate.
I know, right? Well, I'm probably more the exception to the rule. You're probably more of the mainstay.
Yeah.
Now, the way they lay it out with the morning, afternoon, and evening, you can do the shakes. You can do them whether they're a snack or are they a replacement for a meal. And like they say, you can do the Slim and Sassy before and after. So some people are doing it both. Take some of your Slim and Sassy before and do it again after you're done eating, whether it's breakfast or lunch or dinner. The beautiful thing about Slim and Sassy is, even though it's a metabolism boost, there's nothing in it that makes you wired, jittery. There's no stimulants in it. So it's helping your metabolism to function correctly, but it's not actually giving you energy. So you can do it at night. I've had other things I've tried through the years where I couldn't take it anytime after noon because I'd be awake. It's like caffeine. I can't drink coffee after about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or come 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm still going to be awake. So it's wonderful that it doesn't have. But if you do need that boost, then Mito 2 Max is a wonderful option. Rick uses it at work in the afternoon. You know, he's had lunch. Maybe the office gets a little warm and he's sitting there struggling to keep his eyes open. But he doesn't have to use it all the time. But when he does, he'll take a Mito 2 Max, and it doesn't make him feel wired. It just lets him feel awake and not feel like he's struggling. Of course, the next thing on this one is the Deep Blue. And that Deep Blue is all of our friends. I don't know anybody that doesn't love Deep Blue. On their back, on their joints, on their muscles, on their neck. It just hardly matters where it is. The lotion is there for you, the blend, if you want to add it into your own carrier oil. And that Deep Blue roller bottle is the pure essential oil. Now, the Deep Blue Touch that's coming in the Touch kit, it's going to be with the carrier oil already mixed in. But you can get this Deep Blue in a roller bottle of just pure essential oil blend. Has been available for quite some time. This Slim and Sassy wrap, we're getting ready to do that as a class. There are 2 or 3 people that have done this wrap and that are having great results with it that we know personally. And you take the Slim and Sassy drops, some grapefruit drops. There's some other recipes and blends. Some even include juniper berry and some of the other things that are good for removing toxins. And you put that in the coconut oil. You can either spray it on with a little spritzer, or you can rub it on the area, the target area. Maybe it's the thighs or the abdomen or whatever it is. And wrap it in cheesecloth. And then most people also wrap saran wrap around that, and to kind of give you a little encasing. And, leave it on 3 or 4 or 5 hours or even overnight. And they're seeing some wonderful results. So we're thinking about doing a Slim and Sassy wrap party.
Speaking of that, my mom has actually started rubbing the Slim and Sassy like on her trouble areas around her belly, and she's already starting to notice a difference.
See, that's awesome. I love it, because that's
not even using the wrap. It's just using the oil.
Just putting the oils right on it. Oh, It was such a great product. And they've got a great idea here for a shake for anyone that's looking to use those meal replacements. Now, when we look at mood management protocols, rest, and managing our stress, that is a really tricky area.
Yes.
I know, right? And we have several tools that we can use. I use my diffuser. I have diffusers. I didn't have them all overnight, all in the beginning. I added diffusers one at a time, little by little, and I would just get another one and add it to a room. So it started out with everything being right here at the kitchen table, because we spend a lot of time at our kitchen table. And mood management during school is huge. So we want to keep our brain support oils going. We do those in the middle of the day. In the mornings, I wake up, and we have over in the living room, I have another diffuser, and that's where we have Bible, and we start our day there. So I put in uplifting and set kind of an atmosphere. My youngest is in love with the new holiday blend, and he's like, man, can you go ahead and get a couple more bottles of that so we don't run out before next Christmas? So I start the morning putting those in, maybe some fur, and kind of set an atmosphere. But at night, when we're diffusing in our rooms, we're diffusing oils that are immune builders and hormonal support, restful sleep support, and we're using oils like the ones that are listed here, Serenity. I love to diffuse Citrus Bliss even at night. A lot of people think of it as the invigorating, and they're afraid that it's going to wake you up. But in reality, what happens is it's a stress support. It's invigorating and uplifting. And when your body manages the stress that you're feeling better, you actually have more restful sleep. So it works wonderful because it's invigorating and it promotes restful sleep. Elevation is another one, and balance. I use balance and serenity, a drop of each in our diffuser at night, almost every single night. And I include other things in there because I also like the Ylang Ylang and the Clary Calm. I put those in there. But during the day, I'll put a drop of balance and serenity along with Intune and Vetiver, peppermint, into the boys' oils for the kitchen table for school. So we can use oils to support the things that we need to be also doing, because rest means we're getting plenty of sleep. And that's tough for some of us who tend to be night owls. You and I often see each other up at night, and I'm doing better and better about getting to bed earlier. And the more I do it and make myself go on to bed, I have a notepad beside my bed, and I use that to jot down the things that I need to do so I can let my mind be at ease, that I won't forget. Of course, I turn my diffuser on when I go to sleep, and I use my roller bottle every night before I go to sleep on the bottoms of my feet. But in addition to getting that good rest and getting up the next morning, just being more used to the better hours of sleep, I feel like when I wake up and I didn't get it, I miss it. I'm lacking. But when I get my sleep, I wake up, I'm ready. I'm up and ready and hit the floor running. Managing stress is more than just the right oils. As much as I love my oils, it also means being able to say no gracefully to things that we're asked to do and say, I'm sorry, I would love to help you with that, but I just can't. And that is a tough one for me. It's very hard. But we're working on those kind of ways to manage stress, as well as the things that we can use, like the oils. Now, when we look at boosting our immunity, we're looking at using the On Guard line, which is wonderful, and other things that are great immune boosters. Rosemary is a great immune booster. But we use these. We love the toothpaste. Rick and I both love it. The boys love it. The first day I took them a tube of this one when they had used up what they had. Even Alex, who is kind of more my pickier of the two, he came running back in there and was like, I like this. Don't run out of this. So it gets thumbs up from our kids. We use the foaming hand wash. We use the cleaner concentrate. I don't have the laundry detergent yet, although I will get it in the near future. I'm going to use up everything I have, and I'm a bulk value shopper, so I have a lot of it. So I'll be getting it and using it when I can. And then, of course, those soft gels are wonderful, and you can do those 5 to 7 days when you feel like your system's been compromised. You can take 1 to 2 soft gels a day, and then give your body a rest. They're a powerhouse. They have the On Guard blend, and they also have 4 additional oils in them. And those 4 additional oils are very potent, and you wouldn't want to just inundate your body for such a long period of time with that. Let the lining in your stomach have a rest, and then pick it back up if you need it. But what you'll find is you've usually taken care of whatever it is that's tried to take war on your system. I have 3 or 4 teachers that are on a challenge with the On Guard products, with the beadlets and the soft gels, and not one of them has gotten sick this entire school year so far. So we're on our 4th month, and they are amazed because it's going around, and there's kids, and there's other teachers, and they're hanging strong. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, we diffuse On Guard every night. I especially put it in Bethany's, and we go to the Y 3 times a week, and she's around other kids and other germs and things, and she hasn't gotten sick yet. So
isn't that amazing? And when you know, yeah, and you know it because we know the other people that are getting sick, and our bodies are strong.
Yep.
So it's a great feeling. Now, looking at this cleansing protocol, actually, I did half of this cleanse in October. I'm going to do the full out cleanse in either December or January. I did the digestive cleanse in October, and I did the GX Assist and the PB Assist. But I'm going to go ahead and do the toxins as well, because when we reduce our toxic load and we allow our body to function, you flush out the toxins. We have so many things, the lotions and creams that we put on our skin, and just the stuff that's in the air, but what we wash our hair with and what we stick our hands into when we're at the kitchen sink. And, all of these things, they build up in our system. Well, we can flush it out. We can clean out our lymph nodes and our kidney and our liver and our lungs even. And our whole body functions better when we've reduced the amount of toxins that our body is just dealing with on a daily basis. So it starts out, it's wonderful. It starts out with the LLV. You've got your Slim and Sassy. And remember, I talked about that being a metabolism support. That's actually a part of reducing toxin, is having your body metabolize what it takes in a healthy way is actually a part of keeping your body healthy. Then the enzymes with our food The Zendocrine oil, which is filtering those organs that filter our kidneys and our liver that filter. The detox complex is different than the Zendocrine oil or soft gel. Now, what it is the difference is one are the oils, if it's the soft gel or the oil blend, and the complex is actually a whole foods tablet. So it's supporting your body from two different angles, if you will. One's the oil support and one is a whole food support. So our skin, everything benefits from that. And you do that for 10 days. On that 10th day, you're going to start the GX apart to clean out your colon, to clean out your digestive tract. And you do that for 10 days, and then you'll stop that part, all the while keeping the other things that you started at the beginning. And at the 20th day, you'll replenish all these things that you've removed from the intestinal cleansing portion with the GX Assist. And you start that PB Assist for those last 10 days of the 30. Now, I also take my PB Assist every day, one a day. But when you're doing a cleanse, you're going to take that one capsule 3 times a day when you're doing the cleanse. So it's just a great way to cleanse everything out and then replenish your gut flora, the microbiome, with what it needs to have, and keep that good bacteria fed, the probiotic and the prebiotic together, feed the good bacteria and eliminate the bad ones.
So when you do the 30-day cleansing, how often should you do that?
You can do that. I mean, some people do a cleanse as little as once a year, but a lot of people like to do it once a quarter because, your body is going to continuously be fighting this battle. But after you have done a cleanse a time or two, you'll kind of judge when I feel like I need it. You can start to feel sluggish and you feel weighed down and you feel like you just don't have enough. Well, it's a good time to do a cleanse and go ahead and get rid of whether it's toxin buildup or whether it's in your digestive tract, and lighten yourself, and let your body feel better. Now, this is just a summary overview of it, what you're doing morning with food, using your protocol for the LLV, your Slim and Sassy, Terrazyme, all the way through with the afternoon. And it kind of helps you for people who have a hard time wrapping their mind around doing something in 10-day increments like that. You can always, glance back at this. And that's really our membership overview, where we get to show you about different things about your membership, things that you may not have known. Of course, your primary support. You know how to reach me anytime. I'm always happy to hear from you. And anybody on our team is always happy and there to help. Of course, the Facebook groups we've got you plugged into, and our weekly calls, which we're going to start using this format with Zoom, which is working so much better, and we're enjoying that. And then, of course, we'll see you anytime that we're all together. We can meet, we can schedule meeting times. And listen, we need to set up and schedule a weekly time so that we can focus on our business. This membership overview is more product oriented, but we can do a business overview and set your goals and know what you're doing to reach those goals and how you're going to get to the place that you want with the right practices and habits to have. So, and that does our membership overview. So I hope you learned something new.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. And I really do appreciate you doing this. We're going to stop the recording.